Hello everyone, I'm Tao at MC Square of University of Michigan. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to insert and retract a holder on the Thermo Fisher Spectra 300. So the Thermo Fisher Spectra 300 was designed to be able to control remotely. So right now I am in the control room where you see this control desk station. The real TEM is in the other room, and when you come to use it, like our Talos, you have to retract holder from it and load your sample and put it back in. But before you go into that room and touch the holder, there are a couple of things that you have to confirm from the operation station. So you see a couple of different monitors, and this small guy is for the TM user interface. If you are familiar with like Tecnai or Talos, you should be familiar with this TM user interface. It's almost the same with just a little bit difference, which I will show you later. So let's go ahead and check the status. So before you retract holder, you want to go to the TM user interface and go to the vacuum tab. Check the vacuum readings. If you are a Tecnai or Talos user, you will find it's very similar but with different names. So on the Talos, the first one is the accelerator, and here it shows gun, but it's exactly the same thing. You should be able to see 1 all the time. Any number other than 1, that means there's a problem. Going down, there's a liner and the octagon, where on Tecnai and Talos, you only see one reading. It's called column. Here, because it has a aberration corrector, it put an extra measuring port in the column called liner, and the octagon is the one closer to the sample. You can think the octagon is the same as the column reading on Tecnai or Talos, and the normal range is like somewhere below 20. So right now it's 5. That looks good. And the liner, as I said, it's slightly away from the sample. It reads slightly higher than the octagon, but 20 is normal. So on this TEM, the base level is about 19 or 20. Okay, the projection is equivalent to detection unit on the Talos. So here the baseline is about 15 or 16, things like that. And right now it's 15, so it's pretty good. And going down, we don't care about the buffer tank, but nitrogen level, right now it says 72. If this number goes below 20, you're gonna receive a message. It's not gonna hinder anything. It only tells you that, hey, the nitrogen tank is about to be empty, and you have to tell the TM manager to refill it. And it goes down like about 1% per hour. So even if you see it's below 20%, it's probably still okay for your session, but you definitely want to report. So after that, we want to check that high tension button is in yellow, which means high tension is on. And it says 300 kV. So that means high tension is set to 300 kV and it's on. So that's good. And going down, we see the apertures. So mostly we want to check the objective apertures because it goes into the pole piece, so it's so close to the holder. So when you want to take the holder out, you want to make sure it's not inserted. So it says none. So now see here, that's the holder positions. Before you take the holder out, you want to make sure that holder position is reset. So X, Y, Z, A, B should be all 0 or close to 0. So right now you see numbers here, which means it's not reset. So you want to reset it by going to Stage tab, and on the first module called Stage Square. So you have to go to this secondary menu by clicking this little triangle, and under the secondary menu see some different tabs. You have to go to the control and see the reset holder, click it, and now it's reset. Okay, so now it's time to take the holder out. Okay, so now I am in the TEM room in front of our big TEM. So this is the big guy. It does have a small touch screen, same as the Talos. It has this enclosure, and in order to take it out, you have to open this door first. To open it, you put your hand down here. You can find a small button, and you have to push the button. And this button is kind of hard. You see, you have to push it hard so that the door is popped open. And when you open the door, you can see the column and the holder is here. This touch screen, it looks the same as what we have on Talos, but be careful, it's slightly different. So it got this remove sample button. So of course we want to push it because we want to remove the sample. So push it, and now we got this screen. If you are a Talos user, you will think the system will automatically reset the holder, but on Spectra, for some reason, they took this function out, so it doesn't reset the XYZ and alpha beta position. And you see this button, reset XYZ alpha beta. You have to click this button to reset, because we just reset the stage, so they are all 0, and this button is grayed out. Yeah, again, I want to warn you that it doesn't automatically reset the stage, and you have to actively click this button. Okay, now it's time to take the holder out, and the procedures are completely the same as what you do on Talos or Tecnai. So first, put your left fingers on this purple plate, and then use your right hand. You want to pull it out, and when you hit the end, you want to turn clockwise until it hits the end. So left finger on the purple plates, with your right hand pull and turn. So next, let's reposition our hand. We want to grab the holder with our palm, and we want to use our index finger, put it on the gray cover, push it, and at the same time we retract our wrist, so we do something like this to pop it out. At the same time, we still want to put our left hand, left fingers on the purple plate, hold it in place. So let's do it. Left hand on the purple plate, index finger, push. Okay, now you get the holder out. Okay, so now I got my sample loaded. I'm going to put this holder back in. So let's go back to this small screen. Let's touch the load sample. And now it goes to the next page, which is different than what you see on the Talos. So instead of resetting the stage position directly, like what it does on the Talos, it gives you 3 options. So let's look at those options. First, it says center stage. Yes, let's center the stage, check it. The second one, set alpha tilt to 0. Yes, of course. And the problem is the third one, start manifold TMP. So what is the manifold TMP? On Spectra and the Titans, they use a separate turbo pump that is only for the airlock. So when you don't insert holder, that TMP is turned off. Not like on Talos, it only has one turbo and it's always spinning. So normally you would think, wow, let's start the manifold TMP as well. But here, I don't suggest you check this, because so think about what often happens on the Talos. When you put the holder in there, the gate valve opens immediately. No matter if your holder is in the right place or not, it will start a pumping cycle. That's when we often get a vacuum leak for the detection chamber. Personally, I think it's beneficial here to leave it stop so that we can get plenty of time to adjust our holder positions and make sure it is in the right place. So I will leave the start manifold TMP unchecked and just press prepare holder insertion. Don't worry about the TMP starting up, because once our holder is in there, it will automatically tries to start the TMP, but it gives us again plenty of time to make sure our holder is in place. The holder insertion procedures are completely the same as what you do on the Tecnai or Talos. Let's get our holder, and you get this pin, this small pin over here, and you want to align it to this marker, which is about 5 o'clock direction. Look at how I do it. I usually grab with my right hand, and I use my left hand and do this way, put it underneath. So my left hand here is like a support, which helps me to insert straightly. Okay, so first you will need to align the pin to the marker and just insert it straightly to the end. So let's do that first. Okay, so now I put my holder in there, and there's the sound for the turbo to start up. So as I said, it will automatically start the turbo, but the good thing is the gate valve is still closed. So in case that you think that this holder is not in the right place, it doesn't matter, because look, you can take it out, right? And you can realign it and put it back again. And make sure it's in the good place so that the tube is completely sealed. So you see, it gives us plenty of time to make this adjustment, because starting up the turbo will take like 2 to 3 minutes. By doing this, we reduce the risk of crashing the detection chamber when we put it in there. Okay, now the turbo has been started, and this touch screen automatically went to this page, which is the same as what you see on Talos. Airlock countdown has started, and it says 5 minutes, so you have to wait for 5 minutes. Okay, so now the airlock cycle stopped, and they jump to the next page, and here's a nice picture that tells you which way to turn. Let's do the final step to put it back. So basically here you will still need your left hand and put it on the purple plate, and then use your right hand, grab the black piece and turn counterclockwise until it reaches the end, and then once it reaches the end, the vacuum will start to pull it in. So you want to hold it a little bit, guide it, and make sure it goes in slowly and smoothly. Another comment here is you don't want to waste too much time here, because right now, since we just stopped the airlock cycle, this area is just sealed by an O-ring and nothing is pumping it. So if you waste more time, and you get more chances to have air leaks inside the tube. So you want to put the holder immediately after the airlock cycle. Okay, again, left hand on the purple plate, right hand turn and guide it in. Okay, at last you want to tap it gently So this motion can release any unstable positions, so it helps to release the drift. And let's go back to the small screen and check the octagon. So now it's 9. We can hit down, and remember we started from 2 or 3. While we were talking, it jumped 1 log down, and now it's 8, so that's good. It's very normal that octagon can fluctuate, but as long as it goes down, we're good. In some rare cases, you will see the octagon doesn't go down, and sometimes it even goes up. That means probably there is a leak over the holder, so you want to take the holder out. Most likely the O-ring is dirty, then you want to wipe the O-ring with a clean glove and do this insertion again, and make sure the octagon goes down after insertion. Okay, then don't forget to close this door. So after insertion, you have one more thing to do. Let's go back to the vacuum tab. You see this turbo pump button, now it's yellow. This turbo pump is the pump that we just turned on for the airlock. So you want to turn it off. Just click this turbo pump. So now it's grayed out and it's winding down. It will stop in a few minutes. If this is the end of your session, now you can leave. Okay, so this is how you insert the holder into the Spectra 300. If you have a question or comment, please leave a message under this video, or if you are an MC Square user, please send me an email. Thank you for watching.